Welcome to Biz Dev Live. I'm going to talk about leadership styles. My name is Cameron Toth, and I am the host of Biz Dev Live. I have an amazing Tuesday event that you can go on to LinkedIn right now and find. Today is February 15th, President's Day 2021. Tomorrow, February 16th, and every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, I host Biz Dev Live Networking by Biz Dev Live. We have lots of people signed up and lined up for that, so definitely go to LinkedIn and join that. Looking forward to having you in that session where I actually get to see your face and engage with you. I'm going to talk about leadership styles today, so hopefully this is helpful to you as you are leading your team or figuring out what your actual approach to leadership is. You'll see that I actually took an assessment with Toastmasters, and we'll talk about the 8 different styles, which are actually down in the details of the YouTube video that you're watching right now, or if you're on Facebook off to the side. It's really interesting. There's a lot to get into, so we'll get into it right after the Biz Dev theme.
Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T.
Are you an effective leader? Now, no matter what your leadership style is, right? Whatever your leadership style is, there are things that you need to do in order to be an effective leader. You need to communicate effectively. You need to lead by example. That is true of whatever style of leadership that you're doing. Is if you're saying something and then not doing it, it's not good leadership, right? Optimism, being optimistic, open-minded, being open to ideas from your people in one way or another. Now, there's different styles to this, and we're about to get into that, but being open-minded and demonstrating integrity. As I say these things that make up the qualities of a good leader, you can probably point to leaders that have demonstrated leadership, but not necessarily good leadership, because these are traits that really good leaders have. When you think of people that have changed society for the better, when you think of people that have led organizations, they do a lot of these things really well. They communicate effectively, they lead by example, they're optimistic, they have an optimistic vision of the world, they're open-minded, open to new ideas, to different cultures, to different values. They demonstrate integrity. They say what they are going to do, and they do what they say, right? So those are the attributes of a successful leader. Let's talk about the different styles of leadership, right? So there's lots of different styles, and there's lots of different places that you can go for different opinions on different types of things. I'm getting mine from Toastmasters. I'm a part of Toastmasters, trying to improve my speaking skills. So let's go through these different styles of leadership and see which ones apply to you. And I'll go through my evaluation to tell you what came up as my most dominant trait. So I did a self-assessment, 48 questions rated 0 to 3. If you're interested in taking that assessment, I'll be happy to send it to you. But the idea here is that, and please, if you're watching this and you have comments or questions about leadership styles or about something I'm saying, please drop a comment in. Love to get back to you. Love to talk to you about leadership style. It's very interesting stuff. So what are the different leadership styles? Toastmasters outlines 8 unique different styles: the bureaucratic leadership style, authoritative, innovative, pace setting, democratic, affiliative, coaching, and altruistic. Now, it's very interesting because as I was going through this I don't necessarily see myself as a coach. There's a lot of coaches out in the world, in the circles I travel in, master networks, all different around. You can look at somebody like Tony Robbins, they're a coach. You can look at somebody, even somebody like Oprah, who through their entertainment and through their speaking is a coach. And I sort of kind of identify with that, but not so much the Tony Robbins kind of side things. Gary Vaynerchuk is a coach, and I identify with that, but he doesn't label himself as a coach. And it's the label, I guess, that I have maybe an issue with. And so I was a little bit surprised when my most dominant trait was coaching. I'll walk you back through this. My least dominant traits were innovative and bureaucratic. Now, bureaucratic was an obvious one for me. I hate red tape and paperwork. I absolutely it's not what I love. Hey, Angie, nice to see you. We have with Angie Lay coming up in March every Tuesday, which I'm really excited about. She's going to talk to us about storytelling. So she's going to be leading by example for my BizDev Live networking by BizDev Live group every Tuesday in March. And I'm really excited about that. So thanks for checking in with me. All right. So to talk about this, so my most dominant trait came up as coaching style of leadership. My least dominant traits were tied with bureaucratic and innovative. Now, bureaucratic, this leader stringently establishes and enforces rules. This leader's decisions are absolute. This leader motivates by discipline and demands immediate compliance. This leader engages in top-down interactions. It's not really me. This style is not effective when trying to lead highly skilled individuals, as they often become resentful of micromanagement. Right? I don't want to micromanage people. Definitely not me. This style is most effective when a decision has to be made in a short amount of time. So when is it great to be a bureaucratic leader? When you need to move the ball forward and you don't have a team that's really cohesive and has the skills in place, and they need that sort of leadership to move them over the hump. I think about somebody in a school setting. There's got to be a certain amount of bureaucracy to get students from one step if they're not cohesive and they're not taught to think on their own, right? So maybe getting people over the hump is a great place for a bureaucratic leader. Innovative, which I was a little surprised because I think of myself as innovative. This leader shares a vision of the future and pursues excellence. This leader encourages innovative ideas. This leader motivates by promoting respect for team members' creativity. This leader invites collaborative conversation, right? These are things that sound pretty good. This is, again, the two least dominant leadership styles that I rated. This style can be less effective when risk-taking make team members apprehensive. And so that started to make sense for me, because this style is most effective when solving complex problems. So I don't like taking risks. I like known quantities. I like understanding something and then teaching it. I like putting something together that I know the outcome of, because I want success. And so innovation, you're really taking a lot of risk. You don't know the outcome. And so I'm a little risk averse when it comes that way. I think of myself as an innovative person and trying to be a little bit on the cutting edge, but I don't want that brand new cell phone. This is true because I don't want to take the risk, right? I want a known quantity. So that makes a lot of sense. So the next three that I was tied with was altruistic, affiliative, and pace setting. So let's walk through those, right? So altruistic, this leader personalizes approaches to meet the individual needs of the team. This leader leads in order to better serve others. This leader motivates by her empowering ethical approach. This leader focuses on active listening, empathy, and commitment to building community. These are things that I tend to associate myself with. This style can be ineffective if not given sufficient time to apply a long-term perspective. This style is effective in creating a positive culture and promoting high morale. So are you an altruistic leader? Let me know in the comments, right? What else did I rate? Affiliative. Affiliative. This leader's objective is to create a cohesive unit by emphasizing teamwork and harmony. This leader is collaborative and focuses on emotional needs. The affiliative style is often used effectively alongside visionary leadership. So bringing people together around a common thing. If you can do that, maybe you're an affiliative leader. This style is less effective when the leader has difficulty giving negative feedback and performance is not emphasized. And this is something that, I feel pretty comfortable with. And Toth event staffing, not always super pleasant in terms of that conversation, but I'm always willing to give that feedback. And I've sought different ways to do it in matter-of-fact ways, not opinion-based ways, where you can actually really get at the tactical pieces of this is how you improve your performance, right? This style is effective in increasing morale, repairing broken trust, and working through stressful circumstances. And I pride myself on that. So I was definitely in agreement. I feel like I'm definitely a strong affiliative leader. Pace setting. I like this one. This leader expects those he leads to embrace new projects and move with speed. This leader focuses on productivity. This leader motivates by setting high standards of performance and then leads by example. This leader does not feel it necessary to communicate a lot of detailed instruction. So this is one of those things that I don't want to give you every little piece. I want to tell you, this is what it is. This is what I need accomplished. You go do it, right? This style can be ineffective if used over a long period of time. Why? Because if you're not moving the ball forward and moving up, right, and you're always kind of doing this with folks, it's not going to work over a long time. This style is effective when team members are self-motivated and highly skilled, right? So if you're leading a team that knows what they're doing, this is going to be the approach that works. So pace setting. All right, the two top ones before my most dominant trait, democratic and authoritative, right? So authoritative, this leader provides long-term direction and focuses on end goals. This leader often has more experience and knowledge than those she leads. This leader motivates by inspiring enthusiasm for the mission. This leader gives clear direction and sets standards. This style is less effective when explicit guidance is required. Noticing a common theme here, right? Don't like to give those intricate details, want to just give you the general mission. This style is most effective when a change of direction or vision is required. So I love that piece of it, right? And then the democratic piece of it, the style relies on consensus and decision-making, right? And this style is ineffective when time is limited. So this goes back to, the bureaucratic method. If you're a bureaucrat versus democratic, bureaucratic, you're going to be good in that situation when the decision just needs to be made. I'm going to make it. Everybody's got to fall in line. That's it. Democratic, if you're not willing to do that, it can be challenging if that's the thing that needs to happen, right? This style is effective in increasing morale, repairing broken trust, and working through stressful circumstances. This approach is most effective when the knowledge of the entire team is needed to solve a problem or find direction, right? So that's the democratic solution, right? That is what's going to get everybody over the line. And when we pull everybody together, get the consensus, get everybody over the finish line, that's what we need. So what was my most dominant trait? Coaching. This leader concentrates on preparing individuals for the future of building skills, right? This leader excels with individuals or groups that have not yet realized their full potential. This leader motivates by challenging the individual. This leader communicates with positive statements to foster a high level of personal gratification. This style is less effective when those being coached are adverse to change. For my coaches out there, does that sound familiar? If you have somebody that doesn't want to change, is your job harder? Is it less enjoyable? This style is most effective in a one-on-one setting when the person being coached is receptive to the close working relationship of this leadership style. And I find this in my day-to-day when I'm networking one-to-one with people. When I have somebody that's open and receptive to the message that I have, the message that I am giving, it's such a pleasurable experience. I feel like I'm being heard. I feel like I'm being helpful. And so seeing that this was my most dominant trait, it made a lot of sense. I couldn't sort of believe it because it was like, coaching, is that really me? So yes, coaching is my leadership style, apparently, and it's something that I'm going to try to lean into and embrace going forward. I hope this was helpful in terms of understanding the different leadership styles that may apply to you, but understand no matter what your leadership style, in order to be an effective, truly effective leader, you need to follow those attributes of a successful leader. You need to be an effective communicator, no matter your style. You need to lead by example. You need to have some kind of optimism, staying positive, right? Negative is not going to get the job done. Open-minded, being open means considering new ideas and viewing situations without bias. Listening to others and incorporating their ideas places value on every member of the team, right? So you want to be open-minded and you want to demonstrate integrity, right? Demonstrates personal integrity by acknowledging and giving credit to others, lifting other people up within your community. If you're doing that, then you're leading with integrity. I hope this was helpful. I hope that you got something out of this. If you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments. Angie, thanks for watching. Everyone else that's watching after this, please let me know if there's things that you wanted to hear or ways that I could have communicated better, because I am trying to become a better leader every day. I hope you are as well. Have a great day. Have a great night. And I will see you tomorrow with communication styles. And here we go with the BizDev thing.
BizDev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. BizDev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. BizD with C, brought to you by Cameron T. BizD with C, brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. BizDev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. BizDev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. BizD with C, brought to you by Cameron T. BizD with C, brought to you by